Welcome to Little Steps, Big Gains and the 30-Day Stability for Mobility Challenge. Welcome to day one. I am thrilled that you're here, even if you're just checking out today's challenge to see if it's a fit for you personally. Now, these exercises are inspired, evidence-based from a specific research article linked in the description below on a home balance exercise program that improved walking with people with cerebellar ataxia, despite the fact that the actual exercises did not include walking. You can find that link below. Now, on day one, I tend to talk a little bit more just because I'm explaining everything. But as we get moving throughout follow-up days, I talk less and we just move more. Every single session will have 6 exercises. That's it. But they will be 5 minutes each. 2 of them are sitting, 2 are standing, and 2 are stepping. You don't need equipment. You can do the sitting exercises on a firm chair. Or if you want to make it a little bit more difficult, you can do them sitting on a balance ball, sitting on a foam pad, or sitting on an air-based balance disc. You have options. For standing, you can do it on firm ground with or without holding on. Or if you want to add that challenge, you can stand on that balance disc, stand on that foam pad. Do not stand on your balance ball. For stepping, you can do that on solid ground with or without holding on to find that just right challenge for you. Now, each individual exercise, since there are upgrades and downgrades, as I explain them to you, I like us to keep moving. There is definitely research that supports postural correction and neck exercises that can improve upper limb coordination, balance, and stability. You can find a link to support that research in the description below. But throughout these exercises, there are 3 postural exercises I'll have you do while I talk to explain the next exercise. The first one is called an elbow dig. So while I'm talking, I'll have you in sitting or standing, take your elbows and dig them back and down, like you're squeezing an egg between those scapulas, back and then tucking them into the pockets. You'll hold that while we talk about the next exercise. The second posture exercise is actually for the neck, because what we're going to do is we're going to pull that chin in to correct our alignments. This is called a chin tuck, and it's basically you're giving yourself a double chin. But what we'll do for this while I talk is we'll take that chin and we'll tuck it in and down, like you're squeezing the egg here now, pulling it back, okay? Giving yourself that double chin. And then the third posture exercise is called a robber. So we're going to put our hands up like I surrender, squeezing those scapulas back and down again. Those are 3 posture exercises that will integrate throughout our challenges, throughout our sessions, while I talk to explain the next exercise. All right, a lot of information. I think the best thing that we can do is just get started. So let's jump in and join along. Sitting exercises. All right, so for today, day one, we have 2 exercises, 5 minutes each, okay? While I explain the first one, I'm gonna have you do an elbow dig, okay? Take those elbows, dig them back and down into the chair, squeezing the shoulder blades back and down. Go ahead and hold that. Ready? Go. While you're holding it, our first exercise today is an airplane. Our hands are going to be out. We're going to bring one arm down and the other arm up, and then switch. You're going to get a nice stretch in here. Keep those core muscles tight. You can do this exercise sitting on a firm surface, on a balance ball, a foam pad, or a balance disc, so you can find the just right challenge for you personally. Okay, so everyone is at their own pace. I'll walk you through upgrades and downgrades as we go along. 5 more seconds of your elbow dig. All right, fantastic. That was 45 seconds. All right, so go ahead, get in the position that works for you. Hands are out. We're gonna start with just a simple airplane. So on your own, tilt one side so you're reaching down towards the floor, coming back up to center. Now take the other arm, reach towards the floor, and then come back up to center. So down, center, down, and center. How are you doing? Are you keeping those abdominals nice and tight? So when you come up, use those abdominals centrally, okay? So tilting, use those abdominals to pull yourself back up. Like I said, maybe you're on a balance pad, balance ball. You're finding the just right challenge for you personally. A little bit longer like this. Fantastic job. Give those arms a break, because now we're going to do kind of our airplane without arms because we have to give them a break, right? So we're going to bring our elbows up, okay? And we're going to tilt to the side and up and the other side, okay? So it's just very similar to the airplane, okay? But our arms are in. So one elbow goes down, the other elbow goes up. Getting a nice stretch on the rib cage. Just so important for us. It's important for our diaphragm, so that our diaphragm can move around for our breathing. Doing so good. Right, now we're gonna do one elbow and one arm, okay? So you're gonna bring the arm down and the elbow up, the elbow down and the arm up. Really use those abdominals, okay? So the elbow's coming down, the arm is going up. Use those abdominals to bring yourself back to center again. You're finding the right challenge that works for you, okay? If you're on a firm chair, this is fantastic for you. If you're on a balance ball, holy cow, it's fantastic for you. If you're on a foam or disc, so good for us. All right, now we're gonna switch. One elbow, or bring the arm in and the other arm comes out. So the elbow goes down and the arm goes up, back to center. The arm goes down, the elbow comes up, back to center. Not to mention, we're getting a great arm workout. All right, for our last 30 seconds, if you can, whew, I don't know about you, my arms are burning, bring them both out. If not, bring them in, okay? Find what works for you. Find that right challenge, okay? Using your abdominals. Now the research study had people reaching side to side, and that's what we're doing, is we're reaching side to side. almost there. Oh, fantastic job. I don't know about you, but that really got my arms firing. All right, our next one in sitting, we're gonna go ahead and march, okay? And this is gonna translate later to standing. But what we're gonna do here is take one leg in the opposite arm. So we're gonna lift the leg and the arm. I will walk you through each individual one. But first we have to do a quick posture exercise. So take that chin, tuck it back and down. Okay, give yourself a double chin. Whew. You're not going down, you're going back and down. Okay, go ahead and hold that for me. Double chin, best thing for me to do on camera, right? Ooh. Okay, hold that for me. So when we do our marching, keep the core abdominal muscles tight, okay? It's always opposite. So you're gonna lift one knee and bend the other elbow. Keep on going on one side. I'll tell you when to switch. I'll tell you when to alternate. We're gonna do this together. 5 more seconds of that beautiful chin tuck. Okay, let's get into our marching. All right, one arm, the opposite leg, up and down. Nice and easy. Tighten those core muscles. This is not easy because you're finding the right challenge, okay? If you're doing on a chair and you're like, man, I got this down. Now you know to go get that balance pad or that balance ball. All right, we're already gonna switch sides. Doing so good. Keep those abdominals tight. Tight abdominals, working the arms, the legs, and especially that core. Okay, alternating, always opposites, okay? Alternate. I'm gonna be quiet so you can focus. Alternating. Fantastic. All right, going back to the one arm and one leg, but now that arm is gonna reach up, so it's a climbing motion. Tighten those core muscles. So which sides? Tighten those core muscles. Go at your own pace, okay? If you're starting to kind of wear out, go at your own pace. Getting kind of easy, amp up the speed. All right, now we're gonna alternate with that climbing. I'm gonna be quiet so you can focus. It's harder than it looks. You're doing so good. All right, so now one arm starts up, and now the arm comes down as the knee goes up, okay? The opposite, so the arm goes down and the knee goes up. Keep those abdominals nice and tight. This is a great abdominal workout. Switch sides, start with your arm up, bring it down. We're almost done, okay? This will be our last sitting exercise. About 10 more seconds, okay? Tight core. Finish up the sitting exercises strong. We can do it, okay? Oh, one more. Amazing job. Those were the 2 sitting exercises for today. Standing. Our 2 standing balance exercises for today, day 1, are feet together and single leg stance. I'll walk you through them. While I do, the first exercise we're gonna do in the meantime is the elbow dig. Take those elbows, dig them back and down, tuck them into the pocket for our posture. All right, ready? Do that elbow dig and hold it. Now, while you're doing that, I'll explain the exercise. Guess what? Our feet are together. You can do this on firm ground with holding on. You can let go. You can stand on a foam pad. You can stand on an air-based balance disc. So you find the challenge that works for you. The final challenge would be, if that's too easy, to close your eyes. Now pay attention to your feet, the weight shift. If you're standing on mud, don't let those heels sink in. Don't let those toes sink in. Center yourself. Really pay attention, be intentional during this time. Add deep breathing. Breathing in through the nose for 2 seconds, out through the mouth for 4. Really get some respiratory muscle strength training in there. All right, that was your 1-minute elbow dig. So let's go on to our stability. Get into position, find the right challenge for you. I'm gonna do today's on firm ground, but not holding on, okay? 5 minutes deep breathing. I'll give you reminders along the way. One minute down. Really focus. Focus on the weight shift. Focus on centering yourself. What is center? Not the heels, not the toes. Work on that deep breathing as well. Maybe upgrade your challenge if you're doing okay. Maybe letting go, maybe one finger, maybe close your eyes. Find that right challenge for you. Remember your posture. This is your time. Focus, soak it in, and take it in. All right, we're at 2.5 minutes. Now, if you're starting to master this, or I should say, getting a little bit easier, we're not mastering anything on day one, but what you can go ahead and do is start to sink in your heels into the mud and your toes. Shift your weight forwards and backwards, really feel that weight shift. If just having your feet together is enough of a challenge, that's okay, hang out there. But if you want, you can add an optional rocking, heels, toes. Just letting them sink into the mud, okay? With or without holding on. With or without a compliant. Compliant means uneven surface like the foam or the balance disc. Finding that right challenge for you. How you doing? All right, we're at the 4-minute mark. So maybe you're staying stagnant and that's fantastic, but if you want for the last minute, shift your weight side to side. Let one foot sink into the imaginary mud and then the other foot side to side. Maybe you're still staying stagnant and that's fantastic. Everybody is customizing in this moment, no matter where you're at, to find the just right challenge for you. Fantastic. That was our first standing exercise. All right, our next one is our single leg stance. Now, while I explain this, we're gonna do a posture exercise, okay? We're gonna do the good old chin tuck. All right, so you're taking that chin and you're tucking it back and down. Give yourself a double chin. Like you're taking the back of your head and you're shifting, retracting like a turtle all the way back in. All right, it's really flattering, right? So anyways, I want you to hold that position while I explain our next exercise. Okay, so what we have for this is a single leg stance, standing on one leg. I'll constantly be changing it up every 30 seconds or so. Try your best. What you can do is you can hold on firm ground. That's our first step. Maybe from there, you're gonna progress to letting go. Maybe from there, you're gonna progress to a compliant surface. You get to find that just right challenge for you. I'll coach you along these 5 minutes so that you can constantly upgrade or downgrade. All right, about 5 more seconds of that chin tuck. This is so good for our posture. Excellent job. All right, so go ahead and get into position where you can decide that right challenge. For today, I'm gonna do it with firm ground, but not holding on. Okay, so get into position. You get to pick whichever leg you wanna start with. Okay, try your best to hold up one leg for 5 seconds. Bring it down. Again, 5 seconds if you can. And down, up, down, and up, down, and up, down and up, down and up, fantastic. Switch legs. Trying to get 5 seconds in, okay? All right, here we go. 5 seconds and up, down and up, down and up, down and up, down, up, down and up, down and up. Fantastic. Now we're gonna alternate one at a time for 5 seconds, okay? So hold up the other leg for around 5 seconds if you can. And then switch. 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 Keep switching. Switch. Switch. Fantastic. And switch. Fantastic. For the last 2 minutes, I'm going to be quiet and let you go at your own pace. See if you can get up to 10 seconds alternating on each leg. Go ahead. We're down to 1 minute. Now this is very, very difficult. So if you're holding on, that's okay. You gotta start somewhere, right? But this is so fantastic for us. When we walk, 40% of the time we're standing on one leg. That is why it's so important to be able to hold a single leg stance. Research shows that if people struggle with this and they can't do up to 10 seconds, they're at a higher risk for falls. So it's such a good exercise. Even if you have to start by holding on, you gotta start somewhere, right? You're almost there. Fantastic. Those were our 2 standing exercises for today. Stepping. Okay, today's fantastic on day 1. We're going to be stepping in all directions or lunging. I'll walk you through it. And then we'll be stepping into, or stepping, transitioning into marching. Okay, so for our stepping, let me explain it, but while I'm explaining it, we have to work on that posture, all of us. So we're gonna do a robber. Hands are up, shoulder blades are back and down. We are lengthening the front and strengthening the back. All right, so hold that up there for me while you watch and I explain this. Okay, for our stepping, kind of our basic foundational level is to do this on firm ground while holding on. We'll end up doing both sides, so don't worry. So that would be our basic foundational exercise, which is so good, okay? If that's a little bit easy for you, do it without holding on. If that is a little bit easier for you, then add a lunge. So when you step forwards, drop that back knee down and up. So you're gonna step and drop the back knee, okay? We'll go to the side. Holding on, not holding on. If you wanna add a lunge at the end, you go ahead and you bend that outside knee and come all the way back up. And then backward stepping, holding on, letting go, or lunging. When you go back for a lunge, you step back and you drop that back knee, and then you come back up. So everyone finds the challenge that works for them. Let's jump in. That was a full minute of a robber for you. All right, find your challenge. Holding on, not holding on. I'll tell you when to switch directions. All right, so just stepping forwards. Here we go. Stepping, lunging, holding on, letting go. You find what works for you. Okay, so continue that forwards direction. However, now once you step or lunge, hold it at the end for about 3 seconds and then come back. Fantastic. To the side now, okay? Holding on, letting go, lunging, find what works for you. Okay, now we're gonna hold it at the end. Hold it for about 3 seconds and then come back up. Okay, backwards. Stepping, holding on, letting go. It's up to you. If you want to add a lunge, drop the back knee. All right, hold it at the end. So either step and hold that or lunge and hold it for 3 seconds. Fantastic. Now we need to switch sides. So if you're holding on, switch sides. For me, I'm gonna switch this so that you can see. If you're not holding on to anything, keep going, okay? Switching sides though. All right, stepping forwards. Stepping or lunging by dropping the back knee. All All right, now hold it at the end, either stepping or lunging for about 3 seconds. Okay, fantastic. To the side. Stepping, holding on, letting go, or lunging, so you bend that outside knee. Okay, so hold it on the end, hold it at the end now, okay? About 3 seconds, and then bring it in. Amazing. Now backward stepping, okay? Or lunging. A lunge would be where you would drop the back knee, okay? Okay, now hold it at the end, lunging or holding for about 3 seconds, and then come back. Amazing, amazing job. That was our stepping. Now our second stepping exercise for our first day here is marching. All right, very similar. Guess what? We're gonna march, okay? While I explain this, let's get back to that posture. We just did a robber, but we are gonna go back to that elbow dig. All right, take those elbows, dig them back and down. Try to keep that chin tuck, so now you're combining the chin tuck and the elbow dig. Give yourself that double chin. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start your timer. Hold that position. All right, for our marching, with or without holding on, guess what? We're just marching. We're gonna do the outside leg, however, no, I'm sorry, the inside leg. I can think here. If you're holding on to something, because then you can add the opposite arm, okay? I'll tell you in the switch, I'll tell you when we're holding it up, I'll walk you through it, okay? About 5 more seconds of that elbow dig chin tuck. All right, go ahead, get into position. Holding on, letting go. Okay, the inside leg and the outside arm coming up and down into a marching. All right, you're doing so good. Now continue. However, the leg that you're standing on, once you lift that opposite leg, squeeze the butt muscle, okay? So you're gonna march, squeeze the butt, and down. Get those glutes firing. So march and squeeze, and down. All right, you're doing so good. Now we're gonna march, hold that butt squeeze for 3 seconds if you can, okay? So march, so hold it up and squeeze for 3, and down. March, squeeze. I know we just did single leg stance, but hang in there with me, squeeze that butt muscle. with or without holding on. All right, now we're gonna continue. However, we're gonna reach up to the ceiling. So it's a march and reach now and down. March and reach and down. 30 seconds, okay? Whoa, I'm losing my balance. Gotta focus. I'm not focusing. Whew. We're almost there. Lots of marching. Whew. Oh, thank goodness we're switching sides, okay? All right. Ooh. For me, I'm switching the chair. All right, so let's start with just that march. So it's the inside leg and the outside arm, just marching up and down. Maybe you're holding on, maybe you're not. All right, start to recruit that butt muscle, okay? So march and squeeze the butt muscle that you're standing on. March and squeeze and down. All right, we've got this. Now try to hold it up for 3 seconds. Squeeze that butt muscle, okay? Hang in there with me. Whew. Now, if you're getting tired, guess what? This is our last exercise of the day, okay? Remember, there's only 6 exercises. So hang in there with me. If we want to find a change in our body, we have to challenge ourselves, okay? Whew. All right, ready to finish up today? March and reach and down. Reach. Maybe you're holding on, maybe you're letting go. You're finding the challenge that works for you. Maybe this is getting to be pure strengthening. Whew. But 15 more seconds, okay? And then you'll have finished day 1. You're gonna be so proud of yourself for who you are, for doing this today. Oh, last one. Fantastic job with your stepping exercises. Congratulations, you did it. You finished day 1. I know it was a lot for one day, but I hope that you see that there are benefits to these exercises that can help with your stability, which then can translate to your mobility. Each exercise session will be different to give you that diversity. But I do hope you come back, jump in, do this with me. Little steps together, we can make some big gains.